All right, everybody, let's get started. Welcome to Stunned and Confused, a podcast about Marvel Champions, the card game. I'm your host, Jesse, or Krautbammer, and I am joined, as always, by my friend, my co-host, the full health to my maximum effort. Joe, how are you tonight?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing good. Got an interesting show tonight, but we also have an esteemed guest and a first-time repeat offender. He's the patriarch of the people, the frenemy to my exhausting personality. Boomguy, welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for having me. I will happily be the chimichanga truck to your Yoo-hoo. I'm pretty excited.
Yoo-hoo is in the Thort card or the weird chocolate milk drink? Because I'm here
Take
for
it
both.
however you want.
Okay, perfect.
Well, have you guys ever had Yoo-hoo? I've never had Yoo-hoo.
You've never had a Yoo-hoo in your life?
I've never had Yoo-hoo in my life. Not a one time in my entire life.
I sucked that down in my youth.
They're so good. I mean, I don't even know what's actually in it. It's just like
It's probably not
Nothing good for you.
flavoring
No.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
high fructose corn syrup. But
Oh, yeah.
so good. So bad, but so good.
I remember our schools just gave it to us.
Ooh. You went to some bad schools, Joe.
Yeah, oh, no, 100%.
Yeah. Well, good. We're already off to the wrong start because that's on theme for tonight because we are going to do the fourth wall breaker himself. We're going to do a shallow splash on Deadpool. Joe, how you feeling?
How am I feeling? No, I don't want to play him anymore.
Ooh,
Wow.
hot out the gate.
Okay.
I played him too much.
Coming in hot. All right, Joe.
Boomguy, I know you're a huge Deadpool guy. So we had to bring you on to do this because, you know, I don't think we could do it justice without you, without your give and take to what me and Joe think about him.
I'm pretty sure I basically invited myself on this podcast by calling out your terrible Deadpool takes on Discord and basically just twisted your arm and inviting me on. So
You have a standing invite on this show. So
Oh, yeah.
we're
too
always
kind.
happy to bring the man of the people on the show. It's
the
what the people
patriarch
want.
of the people, as you call me. I'm gonna start taking that. I think
Here we go. I love alliteration, so I try to shove it in when I can. So
that's never mind. Yeah.
is that the wrong word?
No, I don't know how much editing you want to do on this, but you said you like to shove it in. I was going to say that's what she said, and then I stopped because I don't know how family friendly this show is.
Well,
Maybe
that's staying in, buddy. So welcome to the show.
We're going to plume the depths of our depravity here. So let's go.
I mean, that's kind of what it's here for. So, format of the episode real quick. We'll go back in the time machine on when Deadpool was released. Joe, I found some old texts that I'm going to read.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you sent me with some. Ooh, I'm
verbatim of
Yeah,
our initial
exactly.
thoughts here, just so we could ground the discussion here. And then how our positions changed over time, if they have. Then we'll go card by card and give our overall thoughts on Deadpool, what we like about him, what we don't, and maybe some aspects we played him in. So
I'm super excited to be on to talk about Jubilee tonight. So thanks for having me.
hey, Jubilee's great too. We can
We can
always
switch over. Yeah, we'll just switch over right now.
And Joe, are you a
always
Jubilee
handle this.
fan too?
Oh, yeah, I love Jubilee. Probably not
I
as
always
much
knew
as
you.
Jesse, but, like, I love her.
I always knew you were a man of culture.
The only thing about Joe is he doesn't play Hone Technique. So, you know, that's my favorite deck. of
heard
Jubilee.
that.
I've played your
I heard
deck
that.
with Hone Technique before.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
not my
It's not my
favorite.
deck. I stole it from
Oh, well, whatever.
several other people. Another first time for the show, Boomguy. I would like to take you to Flavortown.
Oh my goodness, I would be thrilled to go to Flavortown.
Well, perfect. So you want to get going?
Let's go.
So as a first time guest doing it, I think I'm going to lob you a softball. I don't know. We'll see. Because we've been in a rut of not getting these at all. So,
I'm aware.
have you, on the People's podcast, on the People's server, there's a whole channel for MC Cardle, right? I don't know if you've seen that, Joe.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But yeah, you can just take guesses on there's a card of the day and it fills in like resource type, cost and things like that. It's a really fun game I like to play every day. I'm terrible at it. Boomguy, I think you're a little bit better at it than I am.
I mean, I don't know. It's amazing. I think it's super clever. When the guys came over from the German server, they brought that with them. And so I created a channel for it. It's like popping off all day long. People love jumping in there. What I didn't realize is that the very beginning, the question marks have spaces, so it tells you how many words are in the title. That's your first clue. Did you guys know that?
Oh my God. Someone said that the other day. I felt so stupid. I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I always guess 2 words. I had no idea up until like
it took me a while, but I did get it eventually. Because I noticed one time it filled in like the first letter for me.
Did it really?
Yeah. I'd never
The first
seen
couple
that
times
before.
I wasn't even sure where it started. I was just like, how do you even know where it starts? I was like typing in random titles, and then it took me a few days to figure out like, oh, there's like some clues to start with, and then you narrow it down from there. But
Yeah, so
it's fun.
I think we're going to borrow from that a little bit to just make this a little healthier of a segment, right? So we can try to get some of these. We're going to read the flavor text. If you want to take a shot in the dark, feel free. And then from there, you can ask yes, no questions. Is it, an encounter card? Is it a hero card? Things like that to help you get there. So
I love this.
But again, go ahead.
We have to so I really think this is a great idea. I love the segment of Flavortown. I get a little dispirited that nobody ever knows it. So I don't know if that's the gag. Like if the bit is that we're just pulling random quotes and no one could possibly guess one from 5,000 cards, or if someone's eventually supposed to get one and maybe that's the end. Like someone's going to get on the first guess and then it'll be retired. The segment's over. I don't know. But I do like this idea of being able to narrow it down somehow. I think there needs to be some kind of a point system. You have to be tracking this, and every question, like every yes or no question, costs you points. Like maybe you start off with 10 points. Like if you first guess, you just get 10 points. Every yes no question loses you a point. And then after 10 guesses, like you're just going to get 0 no matter what. So that's it.
You get
or
nothing.
whatever the value is, but you get a decreasing number of points the longer it takes you. I kind of,
like it.
I don't know. And then you could
just
track
goal score
it,
right? Like you
get
track
data.
points up and just golf score it.
Yeah. But then someone could ask questions endlessly. The countdown is like the timer mechanism. Right?
I will totally be doing that.
There's only 5 questions, then we got to move on.
Yeah. There's got to be a cap on it. I love that idea. I think that's a super exciting way to do it. So, I think we're gonna have to reinvent Flavortown a little bit, because, and it helps because then people listening can play along too.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm always guessing along with you, and I love how you go on these long journeys of like, oh, well, it's speaking to me, this kind of dark. I don't know. It's really like a heavy. It's an evil. He goes like, nah, it's Jubilee. I'm like, oh, well, okay, I was way off on that one. But you always go on these long ones. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then it's like, oh no, it's something totally different. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, it is a talent of mine to be completely wrong about everything.
Dude, I just think you're talking to just think about it. That's all you're doing.
Never being right is a skill.
Yeah, it is. It is. They say a broken clock's right twice a day. I'm never right. So that's like I'm better than a broke. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, dude, I don't know where that went.
But I have a flavor text queued up. I think you're going to knock this one out of the park. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm so ready, man.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm Guy Fieri and we're rolling out this trip. It's a first-class ticket to Flavortown International.
Cable? Not interested. I stream everything.
I have to say it's probably exhausting personality.
Ooh, you are incorrect. Would you like to buy a yes or no question?
I would very much. I know it's not Cable. No. I know what his flavor text is. I know it's not Deadpool. I know what his flavor text is. So exhausting personality is my guess. I would like to buy. Is it a basic card?
It is a basic card.
Okay, then it's Frenemies.
It is not Frenemies.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, is it an event?
It is not an event.
Okay, it's not an event.
I pulled a sneaky on you.
Is it an ally?
It is an ally.
Is it Deadpool?
It is the Deadpool ally. Nice job, Boomguy.
Right,
Nailed it.
Well, the theme of the episode really helped me.
Well, it's still 3 guesses. I mean, I don't know how many points that is. We're going to figure out the point system.
More than anyone has ever gotten in this game before.
Yeah, true.
I can say that confidently.
No one's gonna
You're number 1 on the leaderboard right now. I mean, that's an esteemed position to be in. The king of Flavortown, as it were. So
I love it.
The Deadpool ally, real quick, 3 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, mercenary, X-Force, traded, forced interrupt, 3 health. When Deadpool would be defeated by consequential damage, heal 3 damage from him instead, add an acceleration token to the main scheme. Boomguy, what are your thoughts? You play with this ally quite a bit?
He's also a wild resource, which is very rare to find among aspect cards. And sometimes it matters. I use him a decent amount. I like to use him in decks that are thematic, but I also think he's really good. If you're playing particularly low player counts, 1 or 2, but usually 1, if you're playing with a hero that struggles to thwart or you're building away from thwarting, he's a really nice ally to get into play and can just consistently thwart.
Yeah.
Because he is like outpacing his own accelerations for a long time. Like he would have to die twice if you're just doing like basic math to like then just be replacing the threat that he is responsible for. Yeah. And that's a long time. Like that's a decent amount of threat that he can do.
So that's 9 turns.
Yeah. And the game's probably over by that point. So he really buys you a first couple rounds if you get him early. I think he's a really, really solid ally, actually.
Joe, you got any thoughts on this card?
No, he's a good card. I like it. I don't know.
I struggle with him again, just in like low player accounts because an acceleration token is so much more damning in low player counts, it feels like, than high player counts. But again, I'm mostly solo, so I'm just kind of talking out of my ass. I don't know if that's actually true.
Man, you got Beak in there with you. You're fine.
Yeah, it's true.
You got Beak. Yeah, I'm really excited to see you guys at the con and to play some games in multiplayer and to get a new perspective. Not that like you'll get some kind of new perspective by playing with more than one person. I think you've played multiplayer before. But I think what you'll get is your experience has been fairly siloed with the game. Like
for sure.
Just you two playing, but you're going to be exposed to a lot of people who play the game much differently. I know you and I played some 2-player over webcam a couple weeks ago now. I don't remember when it was.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you were a very cautious player. I think a lot of solo players are very cautious, very conservative.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm a huge
I'm much more just like, let's wing it. I don't know. I'm just going to flip up. I have not done the math on these cards. This one, like, I'm much more vibes, and I'm like, let's go. I want to do damage. Let's just chuck it. I take all the shots to the face. I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty full health. Let's go. I got 5 health. Yeah. I'm not going to defend. What's the worst that could happen? You know, he attacks for 1. Triple boost is the worst. I'm not going to die, so whatever. I am just more. I play at a quicker tempo, and I play with a little looser play style, I think, than you do, and that might be good to push yourself to try different ways. So you may discover that you really enjoy a new play style that you hadn't considered before. I think
Boomguy, that was me trying my hardest. Okay.
Oh, buddy, we can get you more. I used to turtle a lot more. Now I'm a much more flip up and let's go. Let's play.
I was actually one episode of The Winning Hand, and Lazy Titan said something like, "It's a what's the Spider-Man thing? It's a canon event that someone plays their first 5-hour 4-player game at the con. They're like, holy shit, that was brutal." So it's like,
and you just
excited but terrified. So
you get stuck in these games. You sit down, and now I've been to enough cons. I play mostly multiplayer, so I know the telltale signs. I sit down with people. If I don't know them, I see what hero they're picking. I see what aspect, and I think, we might be sitting here for a while. We might be spinning wheels for a while.
Yeah.
There's some heroes you'll see. All the Tigra lovers out there, I'm going to tell you right now, if I see Tigra at the table, I know there's going to be some wheel spinning. So someone's going to have to push this game along. But I think, more seriously, I think it is a real skill that you learn the more you play. Not to sound patronizing about it, but I think you just learn that there is a point where decks need to turn the corner. And I think there's a lot of people I play with who either don't recognize that or they turn the corner too late. And I think the combos you build in your deck are really cool, but at some point you have to turn the corner and begin to push damage and advance the game state. And that doesn't always happen to people.
Yeah,
so I can't do like Black Widow, like all my attachments out at once or all my upgrades.
I heard that episode you talk about that, and like, hey, if you want to do that at home on your own time, I'm here for it. But I can't be sitting for 5 hours at the con when it's 1 a.m. and you're still dropping preparations, and I'm like, let's go, man, we gotta push. Yeah,
Joe's got a Dance of Death and a grappling hook in his hand. He's already got a grappling hook on the table. He's like, I'm gonna need this other grappling hook on the table just in case.
I gotta get practice playing out there.
Yeah, exactly. if you want to play quick games, Joe may not be the ideal partner.
Oh shoot!
You just got to push them along, you know. You just got to. I play riskier decks. I sometimes play even more riskier decks at the con, just to push and force other people to do things. So I will bring Jubilee and just not put any allies in that deck. And like, if you don't defend for me, I am just gonna die. Like, that's just what it is. And then we're just gonna lose. So like, someone better do it, because I'm not touching the thwart. I don't care.
I'm the aggression player. I'm here to do big damage. You do your job, green guy.
I'm not confusing and I'm not thwarting. And like, somebody will figure it out, I guess, or we're all going to lose together.
I like that.
Yeah. So
That's hilarious. I mean, yeah, you sit down with 4 Justice players and it's just like, you're never going to finish that game.
Oh my goodness. So. No, you'd be there all day.
So are you saying like you do like all aggression decks mostly, or like leadership or something?
Well, I just play a lot more aggression than I used to. Whether it's actual aggression or whether it's just a faster, kind of more damage focused deck generally. That's just kind of how I play. I have embraced flipping more frequently. I don't need a confuse to flip down. I don't need the main scheme to be clear to flip down. We're just going to flip. Sometimes you're going to lose. And I think this pursuit, and I see this a lot of times with solo players, you don't want to lose, especially with content creators. Like, you don't want to spend all this time recording content and then you lose and then you feel like you don't want to post it. I post losses because I don't care. But I think people play to not lose, and then you just play into certain play styles that aren't always fun or like always rewarding. And, you know, I don't want to take away the randomness. I don't want to turn this into chess. So like, I'm here and I'm going to flip down, and you know what? If I get an advance, I'm going to lose. And like, that's just life. We're going to scoop and move on. And like, I don't care about winning or losing that much. It's about the experience and having fun. So.
That is a great line there, because I think my own play style has oscillated over time, where I have gotten more cautious, and then I tried to really middle of last year try to be less cautious in how I play, because at the end of the day, what does it actually matter if I lose? I can just shuffle them up. Like, I'm not actually going to die in real life. So
yeah,
you don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, we will talk about if everybody's got something to talk about any games we played recently that we want to mention. So, Joe, you want to go first?
Sure. I've been playing Deadpool, but I played some more Wonder Man again. I don't know. I've been having fun with him lately again.
He's been a blast. I mean, he's slowly just creeping up the list of people.
Honestly,
I
agree. Play. I think that's what it's been going. I think I finally found out what to do, and it's been smooth and fun. I've been liking it.
Boomguy, you played Wonder Man yet?
Look, before I tell you about Wonder Man, let me just tell you, your top 5 heroes can't be Bucky, Tigra, Wonder Man, Hulkling, and Hercules. Okay, you can't pick the last 5 releases as your favorite hero.
I don't know if you know this, but my top 5 includes about 15 heroes. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
it's Alabama math, and only I know how it works. So it's,
I have not tried Wonder Man. I think at this point, if you're on Discord or if you listen to Winning Hand, it has become a running joke. I often don't play the new stuff. So, put a pin on this. Have me back on in 2028. I'll be happy to talk about my thoughts on Wonder Man and Hercules.
How long does it take?
I don't know. It depends on the hero. There's some I still haven't played yet. I didn't play Iron Man until last year.
That's hilarious.
I didn't play Drax until last year. I still haven't played Ironheart. I generally shy away from the ones that are stronger. I was very excited to play Hercules until he came out. People got him before I did, and I saw them just... It's way too strong. So I was immediately
it's so fun.
Not interested. Yeah, that's just me. Maybe I'm a hipster, maybe I'm whatever, but like the new stuff, I prefer to kind of let people play it and let the community die down and settle on it a little bit, and then I can kind of go through and explore it on my own. So the reason I wait is often because I want to kind of have my own time with things that isn't influenced by everybody talking about Wonder Man at the same time. And I kind of want to, in a year or 6 months or whenever I go to Wonder Man, it'll be fresh for me, and it'll be like my own time to discover and play Wonder Man and figure the synergies out, figure it out without being influenced by everybody else who's playing him and, jamming a million games. And, more power to them. He's new, he's exciting, you should play him, but I haven't been there yet.
That's cool.
2027 is Year of Silk. I've already I'm going to get that going. Yet. I'm ready for Silk because I think Silk's going to jive with you once you get around to it. So I'm excited because I love Silk.
All right, X23 too. I got to get around to her.
Oh man, she feels like she would be not up your alley, but I don't know. I don't know you that well, so we'll see. Anything else, Joe?
No, I'm good.
Boomguy, any games you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, I've been playing so much recently. So I have to just say, you guys had Star Lord of Thunder on, and I was convinced by a good friend of mine, Ray from Ray Plays Games. He convinced me, we play a lot. He convinced me to try out this tracking software. Not software, it's a website or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I started tracking in 2026. So I now very dangerously know what my most played heroes are. I try not to let it influence like what I pick, but I do like to look at the stats and just kind of see what fun. Heroes I'm playing, what mod sets I've been picking. I just try to pick it at whatever I'm feeling like. So I kind of know more exactly what I've been playing recently. But in the last couple of weeks, I've been playing a lot of Adam Warlock.
Nice.
My most played hero in 2026 so far is Spectrum, tied with Deadpool. So we're going to talk about those in a little bit. But I've been playing a lot of Adam Warlock, and I've been trying to make him work. Like most people, I just don't have the attention span to count out 40 to 50 cards of different aspects, and so I generally just don't play him. But now that I'm on some stronger ADHD meds, I'm able to like sit down and count that many cards. And I think he just, I don't know. I've been trying to make him work. The issue is, of course, that you have all these singletons in different aspects, and everyone is well aware with the issues. He feels very vanilla and very samey all the time, and I think he is on the list of like heroes that could just have blank cards. He's like number one on the list because half the time or more, his whole loop is just discard a random card of an aspect and get an effect. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what that card is, right? It could be, I don't know, any random justice card. Doesn't matter. Ally, event, upgrade, irrelevant. Discard it, remove 2 threat, draw 2 cards with Mystic Senses. And that's a pretty powerful loop, but it leads to gameplay that feels like very similar because it's irrelevant what the cards are. And if there are specific combos you try to build into, half the time you discard them for his effect, like I said, and the other half the time you're just milling them with all the other crap he's doing. So it's like that one card you're really excited to see. Oh, you just milled past it with his attack event. Well, I'll see you next deck pass. So it just like ends up feeling the same. He's got Quantum Magic, which can pull things out of your discard pile. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a noob. I have played 6 games with Adam Warlock so far this year, according to Marvel Champions Tracker. Amazingly, I just realized I've won all of them. I don't know how that happened, but he just feels, he feels to me a lot like other heroes of that wave. Like Gamora, for example, jumps out at me as a hero who's really strong in low player counts and just struggles to scale up to higher player counts. Adam Warlock feels exactly the same in some ways, where it's like, oh, I discard this card
in 4-player.
Yeah. Oh, I remove 2 threat. That's great in solo. And in 4-player, like, everybody's waiting for you to actually take a turn that's impactful. So, you know, I don't know. I've played a bunch of games with him, different builds, trying to lean into different things to make him work. The problem more than the singletons to me is the aspect splitting and having to like balance them, because I'd be okay with singletons, like, and I could get a bunch of attack events if I want to make a really attacky deck, or a bunch of thwart events. But like to add that one more attack event, I have to also add a protection card and a justice card and a leadership card. So every attack event is now 4 more cards. That's just filling up my deck with stuff I don't want. So I don't know. He feels like the quintessential mid hero, right in the middle. I don't like dislike my games with him. They're not particularly memorable. Like, I don't know. I played 6 Adam Warlock games.
I don't disagree with that. I think he's got some really, like a Soul World. I'll just say Soul World is such a fun card that it's like, I wish they kind of did some more weird stuff like that instead of the, the like singles of every card and discarding to get a small effect. Yeah, it was weird because some of the other mystics in the game are just so good, and then he's just kind of there. So he feels bad in comparison.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a soft spot for the Guardians. I think that wave has not aged particularly well, if I'm being honest, in 2026. I think it's one of those waves that a lot of people who were around back then have some nostalgia for, but I just think, I mean, he technically was the next wave, but I just think of the Guardians team. I don't know. I think the wave he was a part of actually has aged much better than people think. And I think that's sounds like a hot take, but I think wave 4 is a lot better than people give it credit for or remember it being. But I think wave 3 has slipped a bit for me. So
okay, interesting. Well, I have been playing a couple things. So Falcon, I was given a punishment for losing a PvP game that we did not play by the rules at all, but I still lost it. So all is fair in love and war. I have to play Falcon through 3 brutal to me scenarios. The first one was Nebula with Kree Fanatic, the print and play Ronin mod, and Super Strength from Mr. Sinister. So that's the one I chose to start with for whatever reason. And it took me 2 tries, but I did beat it.
Nice. Wait, do you have to beat them or do you just have to play them?
I think I have to beat them.
Heck yeah, you do.
In my opinion.
It's a punishment.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So you're signing up for more than 3 games. You're signing up for a lot of games.
I may be signing up for a lot of games because 4 Horsemen
I don't
may
think
be
so.
rough.
Wait, who? Yeah, 4 Horsemen might be rough. You're gonna
4
beat
Horsemen may be
Mysterio.
rough, and then the other one's Mysterio. So, you know, the interesting thing here is I might be turning something of a corner with Falcon here. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but like there is something to, maybe it's just a Nebula matchup because all of her techniques are put into play on boost, right? And so it felt really good to just like pitch it every time I played an aerial event and get it off the top of the deck. Or I got Battlefield Awareness, the one where he can pitch it on his basic activation for a +1. So I was constantly just yeeting those techniques off the top of the deck. So she didn't stack them. And, you know, the thing about Nebula is if you can kind of dodge the technique attachments, she's not terrible. And so I literally, you have to discard the first 2 cards of the game off the top of the deck and put each technique in play. Got none of those and actually discarded a barrel roll. So that was nice. So I managed to kind of thread the needle here with Nebula. So I don't know if Falcon was good or getting better and I'm liking
lucky?
it, or I got
My
lucky.
brother
So
in Christ. That is Stockholm Syndrome.
I don't know, man. Weird things are happening here because I had to play a lot of Deadpool and now I played Falcon and it's like, or am I changing? What's going on here?
I had a Stockholm Syndrome, my guy.
Yeah, maybe so. There is something to, again, it's like, normally it's like, you get to see your boost card. And it's like, I don't give a fuck what my boost card is, really. But when they're on, when it's those techniques and you can get rid of them, it feels really good. So more to come with Falcon, but at least for now, there may be, I may be turning a corner. I don't know.
Wow. I just
you weren't expecting this Falcon truth.
Wait, do you not like Falcon either, Boomguy?
Falcon is close your ears, kids. Falcon is awful. I'm very disappointed. I was super excited to hopefully one day get Sam Wilson Captain America. That's what I was really excited for. We got Falcon. I was okay with it. The teaser cards came out. I was like, okay, this could be fun. Spoiler alert, it's not fun. It is just an insufferable like soup of not being ready, but constantly needing to be ready and playing cards that are just like a mid across the board to bad. And like traits that don't make sense. I don't know. The whole and the Red Wing spam. Oh my God. Just like put me out of my misery. I just like every time he bounces up and down, I want to like slam my head on the table. So I'm out on Falcon. I'm out.
It's weird because it's all these weird half hooks. It's like, oh, do you want to defend? He's got the microwave, and it's like, well, that's okay, but what else does he have? And it's like nothing else really. And it's like, oh, well, okay. And it's like, well, do you want to go alter ego? He's got soup kitchen. It's like, is that good? Can I do stuff in alter ego? It's like, no, that's really it. And so it's like all these weird half hooks that don't join together. So, oh, man,
I'm telling you, if soup kitchen didn't exhaust him, it would be an incredible card and worth building around.
Yep.
If his little Talon thing didn't discard and just exhausted, it would be incredible. And just those 2 fixes right there would turn him into a very viable hero, I think. But the fact that one discards for no reason and one exhausts you for no reason, I'm just like out. I just don't understand.
Yeah. They
what are we doing?
He's undertuned a bit. So it's interesting because like I've just like I sort of just like play what I can get down and then just focus on that and just use the half of the deck that works with the upgrades I managed to get down. So it's a mess, but you know, it's
and the Captain America shield. Can we talk about the Captain America shield? What is that about?
Yeah.
I just like, why is it locked to leadership? Why is it called Captain America Shield so that you actually can't play alongside Captain America and have both shields in play, even though they are different shields? The art is clearly a different shield. You can see them.
True.
They both have it in the comics. I don't know. I'm just enough said about Falcon. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're just making me upset.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Bishop next, but I don't think that's a good idea anymore.
Oh boy,
we have Boomguy spiraling here.
Oh my God.
So
wake me up when it's over.
So instead, why don't we move on to the news? Everybody likes news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
News team, assemble!
So this is some fun news we got very recently. Kennedy Hawk posted out some con hype articles, the first one. And so, you know, the tagline was bigger, badder, better, extended hours, more space for the con. Joe, this is our first con, so super stoked to be there.
Heck yeah. Super pumped.
And then they also came out with like a few teasers on like leader aspects. Did you guys see this?
I did indeed. I'm excited to talk about it.
He was talking about basically the favorite thing about deck building is choosing an aspect, but you can't do that with your Civil War leader packs or Civil War leader scenarios. So they are actually building out aspects for them. Like they did one that was fluid motion, and it's a setup card. Like after the enemy leader attacks due to an encounter card effect, place 1 motion counter here. And then when the enemy leader attacks for the first time when each encounter phase, remove each motion counter from this card. The enemy leader gets +1 attack for that attack for each counter removed this way. Mm-hmm. So they're mimicking some of the aspect cards that you can shuffle into some of these leaders. And I know, Boomguy, you're working on a custom leader. I see it all over the people's Discord, other people working on custom leaders. So I feel like these are going to be super fun includes in a lot of these custom leaders that are coming to the con.
Yeah, I think these are really cool. I think this is a really clever way to introduce deck building, either PvP or PvE. And they mirror the cards. They mimic the cards, like you said, very closely to what the leaders already do for their hero counterparts. So, yeah, I think this is really cool.
Joe, did you read the article?
I did not read that.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad we planned this out. No, it is very cool. Everybody should go check it out. Just go to conheroes.com. It's like the first line up there is talking about their first hype article, giving kind of a outline of what the con is going to be, you know, hours of operation and events that are scheduled. And then, talking about some of the aspect stuff they're doing. So it says bring 3 to 4 decks, Boomguy. As a man who's been to every con of heroes and has his own con now on MCDC, what is the appropriate number of decks?
Oh, man, this is a matter of taste. You know, this is like asking someone how much salt goes in the ice cream. It's really up to you. It's up to how comfortable you are with it. I think for me, I aim for like 5 to 8 is kind of the range I shoot for. Sometimes I go over that. Sometimes I go under that. I was on a trajectory of bringing like fewer each year until last year. I kind of had a spike up. I got a little too excited. And honestly, I ended up with decks I didn't really play. So I think I'm going to learn from that relapse. And this year, I think I will bring fewer. I don't know if I'll get to 4. That seems a little low. I generally go on the low side of encounters, and I tend to go a little higher on decks. So I'll probably bring around 6 to 7 would be my guess that I'll end up with.
Did you just say 6, 7, man? I've got kids. It just triggers my brain. You can't do that anymore.
Man, sorry. I forget. Yeah, you people with young kids.
Yeah. So are you rocking like a theme this year, or I mean, I don't know if you want to spoil it here. You can save it.
Oh
for
my
your own
goodness,
show.
yes, I very much want to spoil it here. So the theme that I think I'm going to hold myself to, and this is like 90% done, is I think I'm going to go Team Skinny. Team Skinny is all the 9 health point heroes.
Oh,
so I have been kind of looking through the ones that I want to bring. Black Widow, locked in. Jubilee is locked in. Deadpool is for sure locked in. So we got 3 right there. Phoenix is a possible, along with Rocket. Those are kind of ones I've been thinking about. I did like. There's a couple 10 hit point heroes that I really was thinking about bringing, but I think I'm going to hold myself to Team Skinny. That means that Nick can't make it. Nova, who I was going to bring, can't make it. Magneto, another favorite. So I think I'm going to have to whittle it down, but I think Team Skinny could be a fun challenge for myself to only bring the really light heroes. What about you guys?
I love that. Well, real quick, Nightcrawler, not on Team Skinny. You don't like him?
He's on Team Skinny, but he didn't make the short list for me. I don't love Nightcrawler. I think he's fine, but he doesn't. I don't love him, honestly.
Yeah. Joe, you have thoughts on what you're bringing to the con besides SPDR?
Dang, that's me. Nah, dude, I change it up every day. Like, I really don't know how I'm supposed to narrow it down. It's like freaking me out a little bit.
I literally.
And now that he's like, oh yeah, I'm only bringing like 4 or 5. I'm like, dude, I was like thinking like 8.
I truly thought about driving to the con so I could bring my whole collection.
Oh, just bring the whole thing.
Feels crazy. So, you know.
Let me just tell you guys right now. Pull up a chair. Uncle Boomguy is gonna spit some wisdom at you.
Okay,
pull up a chair, please. Kids. So I used to be local at the con, and so first couple of years I lived in Minneapolis, and so I would drive, and I just brought a ton of stuff. I didn't bring my whole box because even then that was wild, but I brought a ton of decks, and then I would go home at night and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna toss this and pull it apart and do something else, and that's crazy. I think as I've moved away and have to travel now, I really appreciate only having a few decks, because when I'm at the con, I just play what I have, and I'm not thinking about like what card I could have included here or what hero I wish I had. I just have the heroes that I have, and I'm more focused and present on like, I'm not going to go home and tweak these decks. I'm just going to play till I go to sleep, and then tomorrow I'll just play something else, and I'll borrow a deck from a friend or play someone else's deck, but I just have what I have. There's no tweaking, there's no adjusting, there's no iterating. I'm more focused on the games and just being present here. So I would encourage people to just bring what they have.
You're just playing on vibes, right? That's like what you were just talking about. You're there for the vibes.
Yeah.
So
for sure. So just don't worry about it too much. Bring favorites. Bring something clever. I usually try to build some clever new deck that I bring that's, I don't know, different or whatever.
Super sick like beak recursion deck I'm thinking about. Other than that, I'm teasing.
You kind of are, but there's a kernel of truth in there.
No.
Do you look at other people's decks and then you like figure out what you're gonna play? Like, oh man, this is gonna be a slog, so I'm gonna bring out like my big hitter or like big guy or something. Or
I mean, sometimes I think, and I talk about this on my podcast, and I'll talk about it again this year. Anyone who's coming, if you haven't been to the con before, I think it's really important that you have an idea of what your decks do and have an elevator pitch. So sit down at a table and be prepared to talk through like what your deck is going to do. In 2022, when the con started, it was enough to say I'm playing Justice. Nowadays, Justice doesn't just thwart; it does a lot of different things. So, tell me what your deck is going to do, less so what the aspect is. I don't care about. We might have 4 protection decks at the table. It doesn't bother me because they all might be doing very different things. But tell me if you're going to defend for the table. Tell me if you're going to defend for just you and a friend. Tell me if you're going to do a repurpose deck. Are you doing a readying deck? Are you like, what are you doing?
Sit down next to Joe and just say, we're here to fuck shit up. And then just see what happens.
That's the other way to go.
That is awesome. Just like give like 30 seconds. Like, I'm here to do big damage, or I'm here to like clear the main scheme for the team. Whatever.
Yeah, just like 3 or 4 quick sentences, and it's like, okay, cool. I know what this is going to do. Then I will pivot and bring out this deck, which I think does this or that. It's okay for some people to say like, well, I'll just kind of flex based on what the team has. But there's often too many people who want to just like, well, I'll just listen to what everybody else says and then flex. Like, be prepared to sit down, grab the deck you want to play, and say like, no, I'm playing my Deadpool leadership deck, so you guys rally around or whatever.
It's like everybody's too nice and doesn't want to step on toes. So sometimes you just assert yourself and just say like, hey, I'm here to do this.
And sometimes if one guy's like, hey, I'm going to play a, Groot defend the table deck, and someone else is like, oh, I'm going to play a Rocket I don't know, thwart everything deck, and someone else says, I'm going to play a Nick, sit in stealth and thwart everything, and I'm like, okay, someone has to do some damage. Because we'll be here all night.
Is there a red player in here?
Yeah, like I just do not sit down without someone playing aggression, and if that someone has to be me, that's fine. But I just like I get stuck in too many games where we spin and spin and spin. And we're just like the turd that won't flush, and you just go around and around and around.
Hey guys, if you can prime that scheme for me, I can play Turn the Tide for 3 damage. Get ready. It's like,
yeah. Can you just not clear that? Because I want to have my Nova turn, and I want to clear and ready. And like, nah, man, we're just like gonna go. Yeah. So just be prepared to talk about what your deck does, and give a quick synopsis, and don't be shy. Play with new people, meet some new friends, get outside your local groups, and there's a ton of cool people there. So.
Yeah, last note on the news. I've said it like every time a con comes up, but I'm just so stoked to meet all these folks in real life because, man, there's just some gems of human beings in the community. So
100%.
You among them. So very excited. All right. That's not what we're here to talk about. Are you ready to get to the topic of the night?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the red dawn. For sailing!
Joe?
So I want to go... Joe, is Joe's body ready? That's the. I want to go back in the time machine real quick on the Deadpool announcement. I think it was announced like on a live stream or something like that, based on what I could remember. But they announced like it was going to get its whole aspect and all this stuff. Boomguy, I know from listening to Winning Hand that you are not a character or a enjoyer of Boomguy. What am I talking about?
I am an enjoyer of Boomguy and all fine things.
Of Deadpool, the character, right? Like you can't stand the character itself.
Yep.
So
insufferable.
So what was your gut reaction when we got the character in the game? Did you not care because, mechanics over the character, or were you kind of like, oh boy, here comes this shtick again?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when he was announced. He came out in November of 2023. He was announced, and they came with this new aspect, which was pretty crazy. I specifically remember the article talking about how this new pool aspect was a full aspect. Like it was not a joke. We're treating it like a full aspect. I was not super excited about it based on what we saw. And again, the whole Deadpool thing, it's like, yeah, I get it. It's funny. We all break the fourth wall. But it didn't do much for me. And I kind of thought, to me, it felt a lot like the Spider-Ham release, which I also thought kind of like eye roll emoji. I don't know, whatever. It's, there'll be something good about it.
Sure.
Spider-Ham has aged like milk, but Deadpool, chef's kiss.
So it's funny because I'm the total opposite. Like, dude, if it's like a poop joke, I'm there. Like, gets me every time. I'm like a 4th grader at heart. And so like I really enjoyed like the Deadpool movies and things like that. So when they came out with the Deadpool pack, I was super stoked about it. Joe, what about you?
Oh yeah, no, I remember being pumped. I'm pretty sure we were pretty jazzed, both of us texting each other and everything, and of course they had the whole what is it, the pool aspect. I thought that was just cool. We were getting a whole nother aspect.
Yeah, it immediately get me excited to just get like a whole aspect with it. So it was exciting to see some of the cards. I don't know what all we got in the release, but I was excited for Deadpool himself because I was never a big Star-Lord guy. But I kind of told myself like, oh, an acceleration token is much easier to take than an encounter card because an encounter card could lose you the game immediately, where an acceleration token you can keep up with, and he's got tools in his kit to keep up with it. So I originally was pretty hyped for Deadpool.
Yeah, I do remember thinking he was going to be like a Star-Lord type thing. It was mostly like, hurt yourself and then get bonuses, basically.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like.
So without further ado, do you guys want to go through his cards one at a time?
Oh, I'm so excited. Yes.
Do it.
All right, let's start with his alter ego, Wade Wilson. 8 recovery. Well, hello, handsome. Mercenary mutant. Break the fourth wall. Action. Discard a card from your hand. Search your deck for a Deadpool event and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. This is a very interesting action on his alter ego because it can lead to these moments that we'll talk about where you can just go grab the big event and do the thing like immediately from turn one. You can, clear a big side scheme or do big damage. So it can lead to moments where he rushes just to get through the game because of this action. But Boomguy, what are your thoughts on it?
This is an incredible ability.
Yeah.
I think especially for a character who spends a lot of time in alter ego, it's really strong to be able to grab whatever event you need. Now, it is just an event, so you can't grab his other Deadpool setup cards, but he has, and we will talk about them soon, a ton of really incredible events that, like you said, from turn one, you mulligan, and, I didn't get Yoo-Hoo, like, discard something and go get Yoo-Hoo, and now we're in business. So I think being able to have the tools that you need at the moment you need them is really strong. And it does remind me a lot of the last Shadow Splash I was here for, which talked about Vision. And he has a card called Density Control, which allows you, when you change forms, to discard it to get a Vision event from your discard pile. So very similar. This one's from your deck, that one's from your discard pile, but it allows you the flexibility and to deal with whatever you need, because Deadpool, like Vision, has a lot of tools for a lot of different things. You just have to have them at the right times, and this helps you get them.
So it's an interesting point where, again, I think maybe sometimes the player count can give me a little bit of blinders, where like if you're playing in a table, there's always things that need to be done, and you can go help the table with whatever you need to do. You can go get a Yoo-Hoo. You can go get a maximum effort to take out a nasty minion, whatever it is. Sometimes in solo, it can feel like you're just boiling down to like, okay, have I kind of gotten to the point where I can do the thing where I maximum effort down and then this card is fired in the game. So, and I know that's the combo that people shy away from who really love Deadpool. They say like, well, yeah, of course, if you just go do the most broken thing in the game, it can be boring. But I felt my games at times, I've had a lot more fun with Deadpool, I'll say, than I have before. But at the end of the day, it just feels like I need to just bide my time enough until I can do that broken combo enough to win the game. Or I'm just going to get buried in threat.
Yeah. I mean, I think, when his cards were announced, that was a combo immediately everybody pointed out before he was released, right? Like, you can just maximum effort to take a bunch of damage, and then you can play this card's fire to do the other part. So as long as you have one of those cards in your hand in Alter Ego, you can just go get the other one, and then you can flip and do the combo. And like you can add Symbiote Suit, which just increases both of those cards exponentially. That's totally true. I think that is like not particularly interesting, and I think when I see Deadpool played that way, that kind of makes me roll my eyes. Now, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yums. If that's what you like playing Deadpool, like go on, do what you got to do. But for me, I find Deadpool the most interesting when I don't increase his health pool. And I can still play this card as fire, but it's 3 for 8? Like, that's good. That's Swing Web Kick. That's like a good card. But it's not 3 for 30 or whatever. And that's just like a stupid event that you can do. So I think like limiting myself to keeping it to 9 hit points makes him much more interesting. And I don't go searching for that usually. It's one of those that like if I draw into it and like, I'm missing 5 health. I get 3 for 5. Like, that's okay. It's not bad. Sure, I'll play it. I'll play it. But I don't go seeking the absolute, I don't push the boundaries of like min-maxing Deadpool. And I think if you get away from that, you'll find a lot more fun. At least that's how I found it.
Joe, your thoughts?
I mean, we're just talking about the Wade Wilson card, right? Like,
I mean, whatever. You can talk about whatever.
Like we're going everywhere, but like,
there's no rules here.
Don't worry too much. We're breaking the fourth wall, Joe. It's okay. Just talk about whatever you want.
I mean, I agree. I probably play too much like that, the maximum effort and all that, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know. He just seems memey to me, so it's just like,
I struggle with like, because I wanted to do like fun combos and stuff like that, and like your Justice deck with Great Responsibility, right? Being able to take all that threat from just the acceleration tokens as damage all the way down to 1, and then getting hit, killed again, and do it all over again. That's fun to me. But it does feel a little bit classically in solo, especially wheel spinny. And when I don't have anybody else at the table to like hey, you want to do an exhausting personality? Do you want to draw a bunch of cards? Or like, hey, I can help yoo-hoo the table or whatever else I need to do at the time. It felt like I was just biding my time until I was ready to do the meme combo of maximum effort and this card is fire. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think
I feel
also
like it's solo like that. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah. I think it's a player count issue like Joe just identified, right? Like in 3 or 4 player, like Thanos has 100 hit points in 4 player. Like you're just not going to maximum effort him in one shot. Like I don't care how much health you have. So you just have to find other ways around it, right? Like in solo, the numbers, and I think you guys talked about this in your last podcast or recently, the numbers are just so low. It's like not that difficult to just swinging web kick to victory. Like you're playing Spider-Man, you could just play swinging web kick probably twice and just end the game. So you just stall around till you get that. I think for me, that Justice deck, and maybe we're going to talk about decks later, I don't know, but that Justice deck is what turned me around on Deadpool. And I really started to look at other ways to play him. And I think it's really fun. And this is one of the things I like about going back to heroes later when other people have kind of moved on, is that I'm able to sit with myself and see the cards and think about like, well, what makes Deadpool Deadpool? And how do I lean into that? That's still fun for me. And for me, Great Responsibility, that was the episode, right? And so I pushed myself to find a deck for Great Responsibility. And this is one of the reasons I started building these decks each episode on our podcast, is that I push myself to use heroes I don't normally use and to build around cards that I don't always use. So for me, it was like, well, I've never really played Deadpool. I'm not super into it. So, okay. But I was like, well, but Great Responsibility seems to have some synergy there. So I'll try to build into that. And, you know, when you start building a thwart for the table deck, and that's essentially what that became, a 3 or 4 player Yoo-Hoo and Overwatch becomes an incredibly powerful tool that you can just like for one cost thwart for, 10, 15, 18, whatever. And I think just timing. So for Deadpool, the biggest thing about Wade Wilson, right, as we're kind of focusing there right now, is learning when you want to die and when you don't want to die, because you don't just want to die every turn, and you don't want to die every turn on the villain phase, because then you're missing out on card draw. So trying to time it for when can you get that free flip that's going to let you draw more cards and lean into Deadpool stuff.
Yep, I agree. So we'll go ahead and get into Deadpool himself. He's got 200 thwart, 200 attack, and 100 defense, but you got to ignore the zeros. Deadpool core and X-Force traded the Regenratin Degenrate, and this is, again, like we've already discussed, this is the meat of his shtick, is a force interrupt. When you would be defeated, instead set your hit point dial to 1, change to alter ego form, and add 1 acceleration token to the main scheme. So as we go through these cards, there are several of them that basically require acceleration tokens to get good, right? That's, I think, what I started to appreciate the most about Deadpool through this. So full disclosure, Boomguy, Deadpool was at the very bottom of the list. You heard the awful takes I did. He was, just the worst. So he had nowhere else to go but up. Now, I can probably say he's no longer bottom 5, and that's a monumental rise.
Okay.
So I think the things I appreciated the most about my several playthroughs with him is inside of Justice, like being able to push a little bit of the silliness, but in a way where you can still maintain the board state and get benefit from some of his most fun cards, which are not maximum effort. They're not this card is fire. Those are fun cards. Those will end a game. But there are cards in here that are really, really neat to combo that you don't get to enjoy because you're being buried in solo with acceleration tokens. But inside of Justice, in some of the other decks I played, if you can manage the board state, it feels fun to be able to continue to add acceleration tokens, getting those benefits, and just kind of abusing the mechanical, not abusing it, but getting able to actually feel like you're using it.
Yeah. I also just have to go on a quick tangent here and explain. I don't know how many of your listeners understand this, but I'm a big, big fan of art. We talk about it in our podcast a lot, about art on the cards. And often we talk about the little faces in the bottom right corner of the cards. And I just want you guys to know that if you stack his cards up, it's a little flip book. So you can see his face going through emotions if you flip through them like a little elementary school flip book. The faces change and he makes little expressions. I don't know how many people needed to hear that, but that's super fun. So back to Deadpool. yes, I totally agree. And I think he does break the mechanics in a way that I don't think is overpowered. Some people have argued that he is OP because he, can just like turn 1. I can just like yoo-hoo for 8 or 9. And that's good. But if you don't increase his health pool, like you've kind of plateaued already. Like turn 1, you've reached your peak.
Yeah.
And, most people don't like people who peak too early, right? So much like
who are you talking about?
I'm thinking about guys I knew in high school, right? So you don't want to peak and turn 1. You want to be great throughout the game. So, I think he does have interesting things. And like you said, his most fun cards, like Exhausting Personality, is one of the most fun cards in the entire game. And you can just like, I love late game or mid to late game, and like there's 6, 7, 8 acceleration icons. Oh, let me just who wants to draw 8 cards? All you gotta do is exhaust yourself and you can draw 8. Cool. I don't usually use it on myself. It's super fun to pass it on tail because times like that, then people who have rolled their eyes all game at you saying like, oh, I'm dead, what, haha, add an acceleration token, and they roll their eyes, then they're like, I get to draw 10 cards? That's actually great. Yeah, so I do think there's some silliness and you have to embrace the silliness, but I think there's some fun mechanics in there too.
And the broken thing is interesting because I think he's broken maybe like the same way like a Doctor Strange would be broken. It's like, if you just sit there and put Cosmo, the dog that breaks him, if you, I think they eroded that. But anyway, if you just spam invocations and do everything you can to just like cycle invocations to play, I don't even know what his best one is, Winds of Watum, whatever it is.
Winds of Watum, yeah.
So if you just sit there and spam it over and over again, obviously, you can break the game, but that's kind of your choice. You're choosing to do that. So,
are you having fun?
Yeah, exactly. And if you are, cool, man. I'm happy for you. If you just want to win the game, because there are hit villains where you can maximum effort into this card is fire, kill stage 1, and then go down, get killed, find the same 2 cards again if you're lucky, and come back up and win the game. It can happen, but that's what you're choosing to do. So
and God bless you if that's what you want to do, but that's not for me. So I'm not here for it.
Joe, how? And we'll get into it as we go along too. But like choosing when you're dying is so important,
dude. I will say I'm very bad at it. Oh, I get unlucky too. I'll flip down, get that 1 health, and then I'll get something. It's like do 1 damage to your identity, and I'm just so mad.
He has the most of all the heroes I've ever played, and I think this is the thing that bugged me the most about him for so long and it goes back to what your advice to us, Boomguy, was like, you're going to lose games, don't worry about it. Yeah. You have to be okay with losing games with Deadpool because he is prone to these feel bad moments where it's like, do 1 damage to an alter ego mode, or getting exhausted in alter ego mode after you've died feels super bad. There's these things that can feel really rough with him at times and really aggravating, but you got to just kind of work through those.
I mean, I think it's just like, it's exactly what it says in the box, right? Like you knew what you signed up for. And I was just having a debate with somebody on Discord the other day because they were complaining that they were playing in a game, someone was playing Deadpool, and they died in alter ego, and they were just complaining about, oh, well, if I'd have known, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, you knew what you were getting into. Like Deadpool is susceptible to dying like that in a way that really no other hero is. And you have to know that going in. So you have to plan around it, but you also have to just accept the risk sometimes. And I think the thing about Deadpool, the thing that I think a lot of people don't like about Deadpool is he can die in alter ego. Like I guess technically everyone can, but it happens to him more often because he ends up there with 1 hit point. Yeah. So it's because you die in a way that feels like you have no control, right? Because when you're dealt damage or attacked in alter ego, there's nothing you can do. You can't defend it.
You're supposed to be
There's
safe.
No cards to play. There's nothing you can do. So it just ends up like, it feels anticlimactic. Like, oh, I just dealt 1 damage to me. Well, I'm dead. Like, okay, game's over. Like, it feels anticlimactic in the same way that advance feels anticlimactic, right? Like you cleared the main scheme, and you do advance, is like, oh, I just lost. And there's nothing you can do. There's no cards you can play. There's no interrupt. Like that's it. You just lose. And so I think Deadpool losing feels like advance, and it feels worse than it really is, because you are powerless in this moment, and it's just like, well, there it is, I'm dead. But that's just part of the experience. And so, like, if you know there's ways to die and you aren't okay with that risk, then like take steps to stay alive. Don't play maximum effort all the way to kill yourself, like, and that's the thing people don't understand either is you can use maximum effort to take all of your health away and kill yourself. You can use Yoo-Hoo. You don't have to stay alive with 1 hit point. You can just kill yourself fully, flip down, recover, and flip back up again, right? So that's what we're talking about, knowing when to die. It's like, I'll use maximum effort to soak up all of my hit points, kill myself, flip down, chimichanga truck, flip back up again, draw with Moira, and I'm back in the fight. Like, you have to know when is a good time to flip and when isn't a good time to flip, and that's just the Deadpool experience, man.
I agree. That's such a level-headed take, and I love it because I think you're so right. And I'm not quite there, but I could feel myself getting there as I played the games. Quick side note: is he just totally incompatible with Sandman, or am I missing something?
Oh man, did you play Sandman too? He was rough. I played Sandman.
So when you die, you get if you died from a Sandman attack, you have to flip down to alter ego, and you have to place an acceleration token on the main scheme. And then his main scheme says, when an acceleration token is placed here, deal 3 indirect damage to each player. I'm not playing a lot of allies with Deadpool, so I'm having to take that. Am I dying right there every time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I set that up and I was like,
No, I did that. Dude, that's hilarious. You played Sandman. I played Sandman last week too.
This is a bad matchup.
Yeah, exactly. But because it is interesting where like there are just like a couple matchups that are just like, oh, this is fundamentally not going to be okay with him. Sandman, Juggernaut, where he can attack you in alter ego. So, I think choosing when to die, it's almost like, man, I wish he had like some sort of panic button. I mean, he does in a bit. We'll get to it with meta knowledge, but like some sort of panic button that keeps you at 1 health when you take a bigger attack than you expected. Because there were so many times where it's like, as long as it's not a 3 boost, I'll be okay. I'll stay at 1 because I'm not ready to die. It's a 3 boost every damn time with him. I don't know why, but he's like a magnet for 3 boosts when you don't need them. So,
yeah, because he's irritating.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll get to his SIG ally, Cable. He's a 3-cost ally with a 1/2 stat line. That's not very good. But then he gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for each acceleration token on the main scheme to a maximum of +3 thwart and +3 attack. Cable he's one of these cards, again, that you don't appreciate when you're playing like a conservative Deadpool. And if you can't keep the board clean when you're playing like, dying every couple turns Deadpool, Cable feels so much fun when you've got 2 or 3 acceleration tokens on the board.
Oh, Cable is one of the best signature allies in the whole game. He's so good. I'm a huge fan. And I think Cable's the biggest reason that I really love Deadpool I love him in all aspects, but I love him in leadership. And my favorite deck from last year, we talked about our 2025 roundup on the show, was my Deadpool leadership that kind of leaned into sidekicking Cable. And he's so much fun. He's just an incredible ally that his stats get crazy. I mean, how many times you get a 4/5 ally, right? That's crazy. But yeah, he's so good.
Joe, did you play Cable a lot?
Honestly, it feels like this is once again comes back to what Boomguy was saying, and like the solo aspect of this is just so different. Like, I don't have a ton of acceleration tokens when I'm solo. Like, I feel like near the end of the game I'll have 2. Maybe I'll have that 3rd one that'll get Cable beefed up. But like in the beginning of the game, I feel like I am not getting there fast enough for Cable to be super worth it yet.
2 or 3 by the end of the game, Joe?
Yeah.
I got 2 or 3 the first deck pass.
I'm freaking out, man. I don't want to.
This goes back. We both said at the beginning of the episode that we're both sissies when it comes to playing. We're very conservative.
I'll get that first one and maybe that second one within a couple deck passes.
Wild.
Yeah, I tried to let loose, but it was like, you got to be careful with how much you let loose. And that's why I enjoyed, again, going back to Justice, where I could maintain the board state while having 3 acceleration tokens out there, because then you can get the best out of Cable. And he feels amazing when he, like you said, he's a 4/5.
That's crazy.
But if you get him early, in a solo game, it's not a good play until you get enough acceleration tokens.
Yeah, that's false. That's just straight up false. He's a 3-cost ally with 1 acceleration. He's a 2/3. That is an incredible stat line for an ally, for 3 costs with no downside.
3. Okay,
he's getting all the Thor off.
He's getting 2/3, and the blue Thor is a 3/3, but they all have downsides. Cable has no downside. This guy's incredible. You guys are crazy.
Okay,
name another 3-cost ally with no downside. That's 2/3.
At 1 XL token, he's good. He's a good play. But at no XL tokens,
okay, yeah. I mean, he's not great. He's got no. He's a 1/2.
Yeah.
The Excel token, he's just taking off the same amount of threat he put on there, or he's putting on there. I don't know. It just seems.
But it also makes all your other cards better, like Montage with a couple acceleration tokens just pays for Cable or something even more expensive. Like with 1 card, he's got a potentially 4
I'm just not
cards.
playing hardcore enough on this guy.
I think that's fundamentally where I struggle with them, because you've got to find that sweet spot at like 2 or 3 acceleration tokens in a solo game. I mean, again, in multiplayer, maybe you can pile them up more, but past 3 acceleration tokens, I was just getting too swamped, even in Justice, to survive.
Interesting.
But
I mean, I could see in solo, like if you're responsible for all the thwarting, maybe. But I mean, I still think with cards like Mutant Education, shuffling some of those Yoo-Hoo and stuff like that back in, you can remove a lot of threat. I don't know.
Yeah, but then it goes back to spinning wheels, because you're just removing the threat you had to add. And again, this could easily be, you're being nice. You could just say skill issue and you would not be 100% wrong. So I get it.
I mean,
but it's
for me, I think like he feels simultaneously like an event-driven hero, but also there's a number of upgrades that I really like to play with him. And we're maybe not going to cover all those and we go through his Shallow Splash here, but I really like the things that get him more cards in his hand to get him more options, right? Like a Weapon X is a great card for him. He spends a lot of time in Alter Ego. He doesn't care about damage, puts more cards in your 100%. Hand. Moira, he flips all the time, puts more cards in your hand.
Moira.
I play IPAC in just about every Deadpool deck because the downsides of Encounter card are much reduced when you don't care about one of the loss conditions, and drawing 2 cards is great. So, you start an Alter Ego, you Weapon X, you Moira, you draw 2 with IPAC, suddenly you have 10 cards in your hand. It's not hard to have 8 or 9 or 10 cards in your hand almost every time, and then who cares if Cable costs 3? And like, who cares if something else costs 3? You just play him because you have all these cards in your hand. You have meta knowledge if you get a bad encounter card, but often bad encounter cards are what? Just like more attacks? Okay, don't threaten me with a good time. And like, what else are you going to do, right? Gang up? Okay. Like, I don't know. To me, it just is like it's one of those things where I think if you don't fundamentally lean into like some of the reckless behavior that he is pushing, you just aren't going to have as much fun. You won't hit those highs. And I think
agree.
Spider-Ham is like Deadpool with training wheels. It's like you get like a little bit of a good thing if you take some damage, and like, oh, there's always cartoon physics, so you won't die. But like Deadpool is just like, take the training wheels off, and what if I just go completely crazy? I get all the acceleration icons, but Montage is a 4 resource card. Crazy. Cable is a 4/5. Insane. Like, you have to get those high highs. You just got to lean into it.
This is why it bums me out that I don't love Deadpool more, because I hear the Deadpool stands out there. Like, you just like listed off this amazing turn you could do. Moira, Weapon X, and putting out Cable with these huge stats with the quad resource that is Montage. All that is so fun. All that sounds amazing. Just I had consistency issues again, like getting all of it to sing the way I wanted it to go. So,
yeah,
all right.
I can definitely see it.
Next one, Exhausting Personality. This is again, this has potential to be the most fun card in his deck. So you get to choose between placing an acceleration token on the main scheme, stun and confuse the villain, which doesn't feel that good with him actually. And then obviously the more fun one here is exhaust a player's identity. That player draws 1 card for each acceleration token on the main scheme. That's amazing. That is so fun to do.
Also, because it doesn't say like ask a player if they want it. You just exhaust someone's identity. It's not up to them. This is an action. And so like, I'm just exhausting you and you're going to draw 1 card. Because we only have 1 accelerator. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. God. But like early game, this is a great way to build up those acceleration. So you're worried about cable not being good enough or whatever. Here's a 0-cost card. Slaps an acceleration on turn 1 if you can get it.
Buys you 2 turns.
And stuns and confuses. Like if you're in a 3-player game, someone might be like, oh, I'm going to stay down this turn. Yeah, no worries. I got you covered. Confused. The other player, oh, you're stunned. Cool. Like you've protected 2 players at the table at the cost and acceleration icon. They're going to be happy about that. And later in the game, I'm going to feed them cards. So this is my favorite card of his. It's so fun.
This is the card I had to learn to love because if I got it opening hand, when I was first playing Deadpool, I was too scared to play it because I don't want to take an XL token right now, but it gives you those 2 turns of space to set up if you wanted to do that while, again, firing up, the rest of his engine. Joe, do you play a lot of exhausting personality?
I actually did like to use it right away if I ever got it opening hand early. I liked using it. I will say it sounds like Boomguy and everybody like uses the second option. I feel like I didn't use the second option a whole ton in solo play at least.
Well, you said you just had 1 acceleration token after one day.
Yeah, I would have like 1 or 2, man. Yeah, just like at the end of the game, at tops, I'd have 3, it felt like. So it's just like, I'm probably going to win soon anyways. I don't really need to draw more cards at that moment, but.
Yeah.
This is what helps you push that win con, though. Like when you get to 8 or 9 and it's like, oh,
yeah, that's what, dang, that sounds amazing. Yeah, no, that sounds, I would do that in an instant.
There's so many times I get that where I'm like, the sequence I described, right? Weapon X. And then I'm like, oh, I'll pitch a card to get exhausting personality because there's 8 acceleration tokens on. Cool. I Weapon X, I get a card in my hand. I flip up Moira McTaggart. I pack, I get 2 more cards. I draw 8 cards of exhausting personality. And suddenly I have 17 cards in my hand.
Oh,
and he's already got 10 on the board because he's a fairly buildy hero. And then you just play like whatever. It's okay, I play maximum personality and I'll play this card is fire twice, 3 for 8, 3 for 8. Like you just whatever you want to do. And that's like, and you have to lean in to get there. And I could totally understand in a solo perspective how you just have to be a little more cautious because the losing boundaries are like a little tighter. But in multiplayer games, man, Deadpool is just a ton of fun. And I would encourage people to really give it a shot and like lean into it. To just this card, it's just gold, man. He's got some stinkers in his kit. I will fully admit there's some we'll talk about in a minute that are just bad that I don't play. This is one of his best.
So this is a fun card. This is a very fun card. Yeah, even when I didn't like Deadpool, this was a fun card.
And the theming, come on.
Yeah, it is really amazing. Just him poking Cable in the ear, and the fun. He has all fun art that like mimics like we'll talk about now. Maximum Effort. It feels like it mimics Captain America's Thor card, which is super fun. Maximum Effort is a 0-cost attack event where you can take damage up to your remaining hit points and deal an equal amount of damage to an enemy. Yeah, I guess I never really appreciated, even through my playthroughs that I did just recently, taking it all the way to 0, going alter ego and flipping right back up. That's not something I did a lot of, but when you said that, I was like, oh, wow, that's a huge piece there. That would be a lot of fun to do.
Because you can just 8 damage, 9 damage, flip up, chimichanga, get right back into the fight. You're ready with full health again.
Yeah, that's fun. That's super fun.
That's cool.
And the great thing about this and the next card, Yoo-Hoo, right, is that you can pick exactly what you need. And there's so many times when it's like, I have a minion that's 5 hit points or 7 hit points. These like awkward numbers that sometimes an attack event doesn't quite get you there. And then you have to combine it with a basic attack, or I'm already exhausted, so I got to use this ally. And then I got to do this. It's like, no, the guy's tough. I don't know. You just use your katana, break the tough. Who cares? How much hit points do you have left? 5 left? Great. To hit it for exactly 5. And maybe that leaves me with 3 hit points, whatever. But I get exactly the damage that I need. And so this is, and I think this card is half of the broken combo, right? But this is where you really dial into, like at its most brute form, your health as a resource.
And we talked about it with Wonder Man on an episode recently. The scalable event feels really, really good. Like you just talked about, like you got this awkward sized side scheme with Yoo-Hoo or the awkward sized minion. You can just scale it to exactly what you need at that time, which is a lot of fun. I do enjoy being able to do that. And with Yoo-Hoo, I know you said you don't like to boost his health, but he is so much fun with specialized training and frontline specialist. So, getting the 4 hit points and then being able to take a hit, draw a card from that. And just deleting a Yoo-Hoo right off the jump, turn 1 so easily was a lot of fun. So, yeah, I enjoyed both Maximum Effort and Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like completely avoid boosting his health pool, but I don't go out of my way. Like I don't play Symbiote with him for sure. But like if I'm playing aggression, like sure, I'll run aggressive conditioning, get him to 12 or whatever, not for the point of his like health and running the combo, but just because that's another tool. I don't really run endurance, but if someone's running specialized at the table, like you said, for sure, I'm like, yeah, give me the one that no one ever wants, the hit point one. Like I'll take that. Great. Give me front. I'll die and draw cards. Like okay, yeah,
yep, yeah. I really enjoyed specialized training with him quite a bit, and yeah, Yoo-Hoo feels so good just being able to like, he's made this mess of the main scheme, but he can just immediately suck it right back down.
Yeah, and in like solo, specialized training, it's 5 per player, which can be weird to hit. Not if you have Yoo-Hoo. Yep. Play specialized, Yoo-Hoo, cleared it, got 4 hit points, done. Like, it's just,
you so recoup most of the hit points you just use by getting specialized training cleared. So really enjoyed that. Joe, any thoughts on Maximum Effort or Yoo-Hoo?
Yoo-Hoo is definitely my favorite. I don't know. I love that. I just love being able to clear the side schemes that are problems, or if the main scheme's getting a problem. That's just fun.
So you need to play just Big Thwart Justice.
Maybe
Deadpool.
Yeah, there I go. I didn't do Justice. So yeah.
That's true. I had Justice. So maybe I robbed you of the best Deadpool experience.
Maybe.
But I had fun with him in Aggression too, so I don't know. Meta Knowledge, I love that card a lot. I mean, like you said, a lot of times, like if I got an Assault, it's like you said, like, okay, I don't care, hit me. Like I wasn't planning to die this turn, but I don't care if I do. But there are some super, super nasty encounter cards where it's just like, and you have Meta Knowledge in your hand, and it's a lot of fun to just be able to. It's very rare in this game to just be completely yeet an encounter card, and Meta Knowledge does.
Yeah, it's very rare, and I have been waiting for 50 some episodes now for this flavor text to show up in Flavor Town, and hopefully eventually it will. The flavor text is: it says here, "I defeat you with a wedgie." From Deadpool. That's just classic.
Beautiful.
So yeah, there's not many ways to just get rid of encounter cards. And more specifically, it's an encounter card that anybody reveals. So again, this leans into like how Deadpool can actually help the team. A lot of people roll their eyes and Deadpool's making it harder. But actually, even some of the best encounter card cancellations, like Adam Warlock has one, Cosmic Ward, that just cancels them, but it has to be yours, right? Like a lot of these cancel things that you have, but it doesn't help the table. This one, it's like, oh, someone else got advanced or someone else got whatever, Shadows of the Past. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got that. Canceled it. It's really powerful.
It is. It's very nice. Especially, like you said, you can't take a Shadows of the Past turn 1. Well, there you go.
Nailed it.
Montage is the only, we found this out in our Wonderman episode, is the only other quad resource in the game, and that can never be bad. I like Wonder Man's quad resource better, but this is always fun to dump 4 resources in one card.
Yeah, it's often, I feel like it's overkill late in the game. I don't need 4 resources, but like it's cool that you can do it.
Yeah, I prefer Wonder Man's
his stuff's
version
not very
of this,
expensive. A lot of Deadpool stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. He has a very
just
cheap kit too.
I love that about him too. Really low to the ground.
Yeah. All right, Chimichanga Truck. I think this is his best card. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to say it. It's his best card. So it's a 2-cost support. After an identity makes a basic recovery, exhaust Chimichanga Truck, ready that identity. It's obviously super good for his whole shtick, but I could see even in a multiplayer game it just being helpful for people in general.
Oh my goodness, this is just like Dr. Sinclair on steroids. The turns I'm not using it, I'm always like, who wants Chimichanga Truck? And everyone at the table is like, oh, yeah, of course I want to recover. Lets you recover twice, lets you recover and be ready. Like, this is an incredible card. So again, like, people who tell me they don't like seeing Deadpool at the table have not seen Deadpool played well or haven't played him themselves. Like, an ally who can thwart for 4 and attack for 5, or someone lets you draw 5 to 10 cards, someone lets you heal for free, cancels your encounter cards. Like, he's an incredible teammate.
I appreciate the design here where, like, yeah, in his whole kit, he can be very self-centered and just like help himself do these things, but he can be a great teammate too with meta knowledge, with Chimichanga Truck, just taking hits that he doesn't care about. It is very interesting.
It's so good. Yeah. Like I'm always happy. Not always. I'm wary when I see someone pull Deadpool out because I don't know if they're going to play him well, but, I think he's one of the better teammates, I think, like helping clean things up around the table.
Next is Armed to the Teeth. I don't get a lot of usage out of this.
I don't play this one much also.
This is worst card. This is yeah, I think this is a
After
bad
you
card.
play Armed to the Teeth, search your collection for one weapon upgrade from any aspect and attach it face down here. And then action exhaust Armed to the Teeth, swap that card attached here with a weapon upgrade you control. So, I mean, you can swap his katanas for a sonic rifle, which is neat. I mean, I like that. But it's just not something I'm prioritized putting down really ever at all. Because he's such a tempo player, and it's like a tempo hit for something that like may be helpful or not.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you would love this as a solo player. It's pretty easy once you get a sonic rifle and play, because every time you rotate it in and out, it fully charges itself. So it essentially never runs out of counters, and you can endlessly confuse lock the villain. It's a lot of setup to get there. I just don't, like you, I don't find a lot of value here. He has 2 restricted weapons that I think are solid. I kind of wish he only had 1, or his other weapon was something different, if he had a gun of some kind, but he doesn't. And yeah, this is one I just really don't play unless I'm trying to build around it, but that's rare. I don't like this card.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think, if I don't ever build for it, I probably will not play this card at all.
Yeah, the sonic rifle recharging is neat, but at the end of the day, the villain isn't scheming on me all that often. Most of the threat I'm getting piled up on is, it can be advanced insurance and things like that, but at the end of the day, I'd rather just have my damage and push in game with him, because I'm already drowning a bit. So I need just kind of every little bit of damage I need. I'd rather have my katana.
Yeah, I think I've tried it. You can put in like hand cannons or Godslayer or something else, especially because it doesn't care about cost, right? Godslayer, it costs whatever this upgrade costs. I don't know. It just never really works. Hand cannons can be fun in some kind of builds if you really want to build into that. I think the float like a butterfly works with him if you want to build the sonic rifle in there. So there's things you can do, but I think it leans away from what makes Deadpool great, which is this like cheap, low to the ground kit. Turn 1, you're just ready. Like you can build things out along the way, but turn 1, you're just ready to go. So I think that's great.
Yeah, so we'll talk about his 2 weapons. His 2 katanas, you exhaust a katana, take a damage, deal 2 damage to an enemy, and it gains piercing. Nothing bad to say about these. I play them if I can afford them on the turn, unless I have something the board state's demanding. I love getting these down because, it's just like it's helping me whittle my health down to pull off bigger events later. Like pull off this card as fire when I'm ready to end the game. Nothing too bad to say about the katanas.
Yeah, good for piercing, get rid of the tough. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot of times, right, when you have a big attack and it's like, oh, but he has piercing and you're like, or he has tough, right? And you're like searching, well, who can someone attack for 1 so I don't have to waste 8 damage on a tough? Deadpool doesn't care. I do think I'm a little disappointed that they didn't come up with something better here. Like Drax has his knife and his other knife, which is like funny and tongue in cheek. I'm surprised that Deadpool's kind of, they literally just, it's the same card, the same art, the same effect, the same everything. That's a little disappointing to me. I kind of hoped that we would get something else, especially with a character like Deadpool. But
he's got like a gat in every picture, in every art.
Yeah,
he's got a gun
you should have had his
strapped to him.
pistol as one.
no gun. I thought it'd be a gun and a katana or something.
Piercing and then ranged on the other.
Oh,
That'd be
man,
cool.
that would have been cool, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. And this combos really well with Directed Force, which is a card I love playing with Deadpool because you just, for 0 cost, you turn it into 1 damage for 4 damage, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's nice to throw it in there, I think.
Yeah, agreed. All right, and then It Ain't Over. This was a fun one for me in Injustice. So attach the main scheme, increase the target threat value of attached scheme by 2 for each acceleration token on it. It scales so well. Like at first I was just like thinking like, oh, it's just like 2 for each acceleration token. But like you said, when you start getting 4 on there and you've increased it by 8 and you can, keep the scheme clear of with Yoo-Hoos, I really love It Ain't Over. It's a fun card.
Joe, what do you think about this one?
This is solo. This is the card I kind of want to get earlier. If I want to start doing like the shenanigans, if I don't see this card for a while, I start getting sad.
Yeah, I think low key, I think this is his best card. I've been on record saying that. I think I don't know if this is out by the time you guys are. Anyway, I did a whole series of our top 10 heroes with Lazy Titan on our channel, and Deadpool's in my top 10. And so I talked about this card for a long time because I think this is the card that actually makes Deadpool a functional hero. So he's playing this risk reward thing that doesn't really work, in my view, outside of a rush style. Like, you can't really be taking damage and taking acceleration tokens at the rate he wants to and survive more than 5 rounds in a game. Like, you just can't keep up often. This card is the one that makes him work. This is the one that allows you to actually push and get montage and get Cable into those areas that are really fun, because you have to have something to abate a massive amounts of acceleration, right? Like, we talked about drawing 8 cards, but adding 8 plus whatever the scenario adds every time is insane and will actually just drown you, even in a multiplayer game, unless you have some way to like deal with it. And It Ain't Over is a card that makes his whole kit sing, in my view.
It's good to hear you say that because, again, you're being nice. You could say skill issue, but this is a card like I would see early in my hand and be like, well, I don't have any acceleration tokens. And so I'd pitch it. And it's like, I started to learn, it's like, I got to get this down every time.
Yeah. This is a play every time.
It's got to go down. Yeah. So, it took me probably too long, an embarrassing amount of time. That's like, yeah, you don't have any acceleration tokens right now, but you will in 3 turns. Go ahead and put it on the main scheme and get ready.
So because by the time you see it again, it'll be too late.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the card again that takes him from just absolute dog water in solo to something that can function.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last one, the other half of the broken combo. This card is fire. After your turn ends, if this card is in your hand, take 1 damage, but it's a hero action attack. Deal X damage to an enemy. X is the amount of damage you have sustained. I do like building up the health and just pulling off these really big number. This card is fires. I love big numbers. It makes my brain tickle and it's fun for me. I can see yourself trying to limit it, but man, I love ending a game on like a 15 damage. This card is fire. Joe, what about you?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going for like the broken combo every time, but like, I'm gonna play this card. Like, it's gonna be played. Like, I love it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I think I play it too. Like, I for sure, when it hits my hand, if I'm at anywhere above 5 damage, I'm probably playing it just because it's just good.
Yep.
Especially if you get to at the maximum level, 3 for 8. That's like swinging whip kick. That's the gold standard. So it for sure is good. I just don't go out of my way to bend this combo to like break the whole game. It's just like when it comes in my hand, if I have enough damage, I'm playing it for sure. But I don't like go out of my way for it. I think there's other ways that are just more fun. We talked about Justice. Waylay is a card that I think people sleep on a little bit. I love that card for Deadpool. Because it deals 4 damage. It deals 7 if you clear the last threat. But because Deadpool can always guarantee that he clears the last threat, it's pretty easy to hit 3 for 7 in Justice. And that's just good damage. Like, so that's fun. I don't know. Yeah.
Man, you guys keep on talking about Justice. Gosh, I should just go play Justice. I don't know.
I think you may have to play a little bit more Deadpool, Joe.
Yeah, I'm going to play more.
Well, that brings us to the end. So we'll talk about aspects here briefly. Sorry, Boomguy, we brought you on and made you talk for Deadpool for 2 hours, but
love Deadpool.
Yeah. But overall thoughts on Deadpool, Joe. I'll let you go first.
I don't know. He's always been. He's not the bottom, but he's always right around the 10, like 10th bottom or something. I don't know. He's just.
So I'm gonna read this text.
Oh
verbatim,
no! Oh God!
And I just kids may need to cover their ears. I text Joe when this was probably a month after he come out, and I had just played him. I said, Deadpool fucking sucks. And you said, ha ha ha, he is not that bad. I had fun with him.
Ooh.
I did. Yeah.
I doubled down with Deadpool can eat my whole asshole, but that's neither here nor there. So something happened between there, Joe. What went wrong?
I don't know. know. I think I just, I think I had a lot of bad moments with him, and I just kept dying in Alter Ego, or just things weren't going my way. But I don't think I've ever played him in Justice, so that sounds fun.
I can agree to that, where it's like he has the most feel bad moments of any hero I've played, where it's just like, oh man, like Boomguy said, you know what you signed up for.
Yeah, this is true. Like I don't mind that I died, but it was just like, yeah, there it was. It happened.
Yep. So I hate losing. I have this weird thing about it, and so it's like I really had to just focus on the game at hand and just enjoying the ride that it was. And after I got moved past that and started to like actually set some things up, had fun with his like katanas and firepower, or great responsibility, like we'll talk about. I started to like see it more clearly, like the fun of all of it, and I can appreciate the design of it. I still don't know if he's like a favorite of mine. Clearly not a favorite of mine, but like I don't know if I'll revisit him all that often. But at least I can say like, I've taken Deadpool out. I've had a fun game with him. I've had fun games, plural, with him, and I'll play him again down the road. So that makes the whole exercise worth
I remember you hated him pretty good. I didn't remember he was on the bottom for you, but yeah, boy. I knew you didn't like him.
I'd have to look back, but he was pretty close to the bottom.
Yeah.
That's, well, I'm glad that you have come around at least a little bit. Overall thoughts, like, again, he made my top 10 list when we did our rankings, and Lazy Titan and I did a whole series where we talked about through our top 10 heroes, and he fell some in the back half of my top 10, 6 or 7 or somewhere in there. I think he's a ton of fun. I think he is mechanically interesting and like unique enough to hold my interest. I think if you want to break him, you certainly can, but I don't think he's innately broken in a way that someone like Ironheart is, which is just like, just by playing the standard Ironheart game, you're going to get to the point where there's 10 counters and the villain's health is irrelevant, and you've just kind of ended the game. Honestly, in my view, a little anticlimactically and maybe not super fun. Sure. But, to each his own or her own. For me, Deadpool hits that, like, you're flipping back and forth, you're doing a lot of stuff, you're like playing with the scenario and the mechanics in a new way that most scenarios aren't built for, right? Like, you take one of the main loss conditions of the game, right? There's 2 principal loss conditions. You've essentially eliminated one of them by making the other one even more difficult on yourself. And that, I think, is really like a balanced mechanical way to do it, right? Like, the threat thing is now even harder. You've doubled up on it at the cost of making the other one irrelevant. And that's cool. And I think there's a lot of ways to play with that. And I think cards like Great Responsibility are a good shout. Cards like Foiled are a good shout. Cards that kind of lean into what he's doing. So, yeah, I'm glad to hear you guys are having fun. I love Deadpool in all of the aspects. I've been my most recent Deadpool experiences have been in Protection. Trying to build a deck that defends for the table has been a ton of fun to explore and to test. Trying to find a way to defend for the table without actually ever defending and just like taking a bunch of hits. And can I use my health to just keep 4 people safe or 3 other people safe and myself just continually dying? And that's been a ton of fun. And finding new ways to use things like Ops Room that, like I'm going to die anyway, but I can take a counter off and thwart for 1 while I'm doing it. Like, there's all kinds of ways to play around with stuff. And he's one that I think I'll see myself revisiting a lot, even though the character is awful and the movies are like just not clever or subversive or funny or not nearly as so as I think they are. But I think Deadpool's a lot of fun.
Well, that was, I mean, how can you deny that? That was beautifully spoken. I've had my own qualms with them, but I can see the fun in through all the cards. So yeah, I really appreciate you coming out and schooling us on Deadpool, even though we may not see eye to eye. It was a lot of fun.
I wish I could play him in multiplayer, like 4-player. I would just like to see how that works.
At the con, you will.
Oh, okay. You're going to pull it out. All right. I got it.
I'm curious, are you guys going to talk about like the aspects you played him in and kind of your experiences with that, or have we already kind of used up our time?
So, I mean, if you got time, I got time. But I was just going to, quickly hit the aspects if you got a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm so very curious.
In Justice, I'll go first, Joe, and then you can queue up your first one, and then we'll swap.
Okay, sounds good.
In Justice, I immediately started with your "This is a Justice" deck, which is a hilarious title. I actually played that deck because I just didn't know where to begin. And again, I started to add things like specialized training and the heroic conditioning just to boost the health a little bit, get a little bit more, but he's not really basic thwarting that much, but just to get a little bit more health, and I found again that I was able to keep the board stabilized in a way that let me do some fun cable stuff. It let me do some fun exhausting personality stuff. It let me rip a quad on Montage, even though he doesn't really need it because all his stuff's so cheap. So I felt like Justice allowed me to. It's the most fun I had with Deadpool because it allowed me to get the most out of playing Deadpool. I got to experience the Deadpool experience without just having to go maximum effort. This card is fire twice in a row and then end the game because I was drowning. So it allowed me to get the most Deadpool out of my Deadpool. Joe, what about you? What was your first one?
Protection. I did that. And I tried to do like a get behind me and like bait and switch stuff. So like what was it? Get behind me is the one where treachery is revealed. Just take it as an attack instead. Cancel it. That seemed it was pretty fun. It worked pretty good. Like because Deadpool doesn't care. You just take the hit. It's fine, and I can just cancel whatever the bad mojo was that was coming. It worked.
What kind of things were you canceling? Like.
Oh, like it was like exhaust me and stuff like that, and and minions like do some things, exhaust me, or do certain amount of like indirect damage and things like that. I don't know. There's just weird little things I was canceling, but I think Boomguy's right. I think most of the cards are just going to get hit again anyways. So it's like when the revealed sometimes would be, oh, you just canceled an attack just to take an attack, and it's like okay.
Elite.
I was like, yeah, whatever. But like sometimes I think I was playing like a Black Widow and just like she gets an extra boost card. And I was like, well, you don't get the extra boost card this time. So there was like some fun moments, but yeah, I think this is mostly but it was fun. I did like ready for a fight and hidden base. So when I would go up, I'd get a tough and I'd take the tough, and then I could do the damage to myself to still do the stuff I wanted to do.
So how much damage can you take when you have toughness to like pack? Like, can you take 9 and not get hurt at all?
You can't take any if you have tough. No, you can't take damage if you're tough. You can deal damage.
Oh. So you can't play maximum effort when you're tough?
I mean, you can.
No, I don't think so.
Just going to break your stun.
Yeah, it's just going to break it.
Yeah, you won't get any damage out of it.
I was just using hidden base to like stop the enemy's attack on me, and then I would have room to like do my stuff.
I gotcha. So you're just like buying yourself 1 or 2 turns before dying?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, in Protection, Boomguy, what's your go-to?
Because you said you've been doing a lot lately.
Yeah, lately I've been trying to do things, and I love the, maybe not particularly strong, but like silly interactions of me taking an attack for someone and dying. So I'll if someone's getting attacked, I'll play like I can do this all day or something with my 1 defense. And then it'll pull the attack to me.
The attack.
I'll die. I'll flip down. The next player is getting schemed on. So with 1 health, I'll just immediately flip back up with ready for a fight and take 8 damage to the face with my 1 health and flip back down again. Like it's just like the ridiculous idea of continually throwing myself in front of attacks, regardless of how much health they have, and just like dying. Almost
never dying chump block.
That's kind of my idea. Is what I've been playing with recently, but. I think he's got a lot of, you could also just like what doesn't kill me stuff because he can ready up. Repurpose works really well for him. I think he's got decent synergies there. I think Protection is the one I play him the least in probably. My goal for the con this year was to find like a defend the table deck. I just don't know if I can find it with Deadpool. I haven't gotten there yet to consistently be able to defend everybody without actually defending. That was kind of the point of that. So we'll see if I get there, but it's probably my least played aspect with him other than Pool.
Maybe I gave Joe the worst 2 aspects, but
I
took aggression, found a lot of fun with aggression. Just leaning in to more damage. I love firepower. I can't get away from firepower, but like with piercing and like some hand cannons. So like if you got a minion there, you got toughness, you can pierce it and then overkill it. I did some follow throughs just for funsies, and then just getting the katanas out, doing some firepower, and just not rushing in a way, but just like accentuating, pushing the tempo until you're ready to end the game. It was a good time. I mean, that felt like more of a rush style with him, so I didn't get to do as much of like the exhausting personalities to draw the cards, because I was just trying to end the game, because I had just face tanked 4 hits and was in a bad spot and ignoring everything else. But it was a fun gimmick to experience. So
yeah, I think aggression is like maybe oddly my 3rd favorite aspect with him, but I think aggression is a lot of fun. Obviously cards like toe to toe are great with him, but I just think I play counterattack for the times that you take a big hit but don't actually die because you can't trigger it in alter ego. But I think firepower is a great archetype for him, and I like a lot with firepower is one of my favorite cards of the recent waves. But I think it works really well for Deadpool. He's got 2 weapons, and even if you don't add another one, it's just 1 for 6, which really plays into his like low to the ground kit anyway. So yeah, firepower is great. Firepower combos well with directed force, which also combos with his katanas, as I mentioned before. So, you can lean into directed force decks with relentless assaults to kind of kill minions or whatever. But yeah, I think aggression's fun for him.
I like that. So directed force, you can push off with the firepower, or just have a constant directed force target with the katanas, right? So you could do either one.
Yeah, and that's what I think is important with directed force. Like it's a really fun card, I think. I like cards like that are a little niche, but when you find their niche, they're really fun. But you want to have a constant target. You never want to draw directed force and be like, oh, I can't use it. The katanas can always hit it for 2 extra damage.
Perfect. I love that. All right, Joe, bring us home. What'd you do with leadership?
I did 2 different tries. I think I did I don't know. I think Boomguy was even talking about it, but like your sidekick with cable. I did a couple stuff with that. It was fine. It was good, but I don't know. And then I tried to do like a mutant mayhem with him, where you choose an X-Force ally and an X-Men ally, return them to their hands, and those players get to play those allies, ignoring their resource or whatever. It was fun. It was pretty cool because I had the Children of the Atom to make it always easy for me, I guess.
Choose an X-Force ally and an X-Men ally and return them to their owner's hands. Those players play those allies, ignoring their resource costs.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Just bounce them up and down.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like I had like Beast on there and stuff, or I even had your boy Beak in there.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
But yeah,
so you're like getting montage back with Beast and stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, you could just go back and get your. Yeah, it was fun. So there's like a lot of. It was nice. I don't know. It was good.
That's fun.
It just seemed like it was too many allies in that. I think I was focusing more on allies in that deck and got away from Deadpool, I guess.
Yeah, how many allies are you normally playing with Deadpool Boomguy? Because I found not a lot of space in there for them, because I don't know, not chumping them usually. So
yeah, I will say one of my my very favorite deck from 2025 was a Deadpool leadership deck called Suicide Mission Leader. You can look it up if you want to, but it was all about Uncanny X-Force, which is an incredible team card that I think is overlooked because X-Force is kind of small. But it was all about, being the mission leader and using the card mission leader, but the suicide mission is just the fact that he's taking all the hits and letting them do the work. So, using Deathlock and Cable and X-23 to like wreak havoc across the board and do whatever. So I have 5 allies in that one. In my favorite kind of Justice build, I don't add any in. I just let him do all the work with Cable. But yeah, I think leadership Deadpool is really, really fun. I think he's got some good stuff going there. Yeah, Clarity of Purpose is another great way to use his health to get more resources out of him. So yeah, I think he's really, really strong. Obviously, Suit Up works well for him because he's an alter ego a lot. So yeah, if you haven't tried leadership, I don't know if it's my favorite. That and Justice are neck and neck. I don't know which one's my favorite. Depends on the day.
Well, I've grown in love for Deadpool enough to whoop him back out and at least play like a sidekick or an Uncanny X-Force, because I love Uncanny X-Force. That is such a great card. So that those both sound like a great time. So Yeah, I am so glad I was forced to play Deadpool so many. He's now my most played hero of 2026.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
just by needing to get the full Deadpool experience for this episode. So
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's not on the bottom anymore. So that is just amazing how I can continue to find quality in things that I had sworn off. I'd sworn off Falcon, and I might still yet, but I'd sworn off Deadpool, and I got to play several games of Deadpool that I, honest to God, just enjoyed, had fun, and that's what the game's about. So
yeah, incredible. No, I'm super glad to hear that you had fun. It sounds like Joe didn't quite get there on Deadpool. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody's got their things, and I'm fine with that. But no, I think there's a lot there when you look past the silliness and kind of the recklessness. I think there's a lot of fun to be had, and I'd encourage people to try it out. But I'm sure there's people yelling at their radio right now saying, "I don't know, Falcon's amazing. I wish you would try him, Boomguy." I did try it. It's not fun. You're lying to yourself. Stop gaslighting me. I won't be gaslit into thinking Falcon's fun.
Well, we'll see you in 20 episodes for the Falcon deep dive, or Shallow Splash. Sorry. Shallow Splash,
okay. All right, I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Moon Guy ghosts me. He kicks me off the server, and he never talks to me again.
Who dis? New server. Who dis?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on. That was a blast.
Yeah, thank you.
I love when people are like so passionate about a certain hero, even if you don't love them. It's just fun to hear people say like why they love a certain something so much. So
yeah, it was just cool hearing you talk about all the cards and why you like them and how you use them. It was just fun.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for having me, guys. I'm a big fan of the show. I listen often, not always. I will not lie to you. I try to listen as much as I can. I love your guys' energy and kind of a witty repartee, and it's a good time. So thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you. That was huge compliment. So I really appreciate it. Joe, you got anything else for the people?
I got nothing.
All right, guys. Spidey out.
Peace.
See ya.